I saved the best for last. There are giants among you. We will not name the giant, but there are giants among you. The letters I read are from the congregational perspective. It's what session boards across these different denominations have come together to come up with a proposal as to how they can support the work that we're doing. But this next letter is from the vantage point of an individual who sees the significance in the work that we're doing. Dear members of session, my requests to you may be considered radical by some and will no doubt challenge others, but Jesus was often considered radical and challenging in his teachings. Therefore, I ask that you receive my requests with an open mind and an open heart, for it comes from a place of deep love, reflection, and honesty. I ask that the $100,000 pledge in its entirety be given to the Justice League of Greater Lansing, Michigan, out of the endowment of Lansing First Presbyterian Church, if the Justice League will accept it. In the book of Numbers, chapter 5, verses 5 through 7, the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the sons of Israel. When a man or woman commits any of the sins of mankind, acting unfaithfully against the Lord, and that person is guilty, then he shall confess his sins which he has committed, and he shall make restitution in full for his wrong, and add to it 1/5 of it, and give it to him whom he has wronged." The church, as an institution, has many wrongs that need to be made right. Although it's taboo to speak of such things, it would be dishonest to deny that we, the institutional church, have benefited financially from the sinful acts of slavery, and that much of our endowment can be credited to the systemic racism that still exists in our political and social hierarchy. It is not to say that hard work and disciplined money management should be discounted, but as a predominantly white, heterosexual, educated, middle-class congregation, most of us have not had to face hardships or overcome barriers solely because the color of our skin. Our endowment is a blessing, but it is also a symbol of our status, a status that has made well known the disparities of the haves and the have-nots, the rich and the poor, the white and the black. The time has come where we find ourselves with an opportunity to finally make right part of what has been wronged. We have been striving individually to wrap our heads and hearts around the issues of racism and oppression, both in a historical context and how those ideologies have led to our own prejudices and disparities. We've read books, we've watched documentaries, listened to speakers, engaged in meaningful conversation with one another, and have broken bread and worshiped alongside our brothers and sisters in Christ at Union Missionary Baptist Church. All of these things are healing and immensely important individually, but institutionally we struggle to find ways to advance